Hey folks, it's Moxley here and welcome to a new TEW2020 video. You join us for our first pay-per-view of 2028 with AEW Beach Break. It's been quite a good couple of weeks of booking shows. I've been quite content with what we've put together for tonight, and I'm hoping it can really set us off the new year on the right track. A few surprises in there, so hopefully it gives us a good kind of idea of where we're going to book going forward. Hopefully we should surpass last year's main event, which was for the AEW World Championship. It featured Cody Rhodes defending against Eddie Kingston in a Full Metal Mayhem or TLC matchup, which as a result only got a 78. I'm not going to bother on too much. We're on the AEW Plus network, we're on AEW pay-per-view. Let's just crack on and we'll explain the storylines as we go. This is AEW Beach Break for 2028. So we have 19 segments here in this show at the Beaver Stadium in front of just over 100,000. And we start off with a matchup between Steiner Rico and Bullet Club's Jay White and the recently debuted Juice Robinson. So we got Juice in maybe the last couple of weeks. He's obviously been introduced as the kind of, I wouldn't say lackey for Jay White, but he's been certainly kind of second in command or just kind of backing him up. But the reality here is Jay's had a few issues with El Generico, a few issues with Kevin Steen. So it made perfect sense to make the tag team matchup take place here. These two teams had a great wrestling matchup here with good heat, and it saw Jay White and Juice Robinson defeat Steiner Rico in 1925 when Jay pinned El Generico with a Blade Runner. There isn't great plans to keep Jay within the tag division, but I felt like it was a good opportunity to have Juice over on pay-per-view, and a 78 was the result here. We made this just regular. I was hoping they'd maybe drag something a bit better out of it, but yeah, pretty solid for our opening contest of the evening. Next up, we had the TNT Championship on the line. Ilya Dragunov has obviously been having banger after banger after banger, and I felt like it was a good opportunity to introduce Daniel Garcia into this fold to have a very good technical matchup. These two had a great wrestling match with good heat, as Dragunov defeated Daniel Garcia in 1842 with the Grobal Moscow, I believe that's pronounced. Probably got it horribly wrong, but second defence anyway for Dragunov. Only a 74, despite a 77 and a 92 rated performance. The lack of psychology penalty was quite big, and it saw the match up. Only a regular match as well, though. Take a bit of a hit with that, but still, good showcase for the TNT Championship. Then go backstage into Bullet Club Elite's locker room. And Jay White basically front and centre because he is the main man at this present day. He says he and Juice have picked up a good victory. Kenny and the Bucks, the Elite, have the night off, but they obviously have gold. And he believes that they can relaunch the careers of Prince Devitt and Cody Rhodes and give them more championships. They're going to be challenging for the AEW World Tag Team titles later tonight. In fact, I think that match is next. And he says this is the opportunity for Bullet Club to really cement its legacy again in 2028. So just a 68 here, a variety of overness. The reason for the rating. And it was that fatal four-way tag team matchup for the Lucha Bros AEW World Tag titles, and here it is about the had superb wrestling and great heat as they defeated LFI, Aussie Open and Cody Rhodes and Prince Devitt in 1423 when Ray Phoenix pinned Mark Davis with the assisted Fear Factor, giving a first defence of the belts to the Lucha Bros. You can see there Prince Devitt was weak link, so he's obviously had a bad physical decline. But it was a good way to get him and Cody together, keeping them relevant. But you can see in terms of performances, they were pretty down. Kale Fletcher, maybe not his best performance, but you look at the stuff from Ray Phoenix, Penta, Rush, Andrade, and even Mark Davis with 92. Fantastic stuff there. I certainly feel when I look at Aussie Open that Fletcher has a look, but if Davis is going to get performances like that, then it's going to be intriguing to see what he does. But of course, they're going to be boosted by the excellent chemistry in the tag team specialist bonus, as of course with the Lucha Bros, and good to see as well Penta and their manager Vampiro playing off each other well. Disappointed it was an 82, but we did have to, I forgot what road agent notes, but to keep Andrade strong. Surprised that he complained considering Rush is a good bit more over, but gave LFI something to do and let me put on a fairly decent match in the tag division. Moving along, we had the AEW's Queen of AEW title, that is the Collision Women's Championship effectively. Julia has been having a great run since she took the belt, and was no exception here, although she was off her game and Venny had the opportunity and had the stellar performance. But as I say, it's basically just a stepping stone for all of them to get to the top 2 rosters. You've seen it with Sari, you've seen it with Kanami, Priscilla Kelly, just to name a couple. But anyway, superb matchup. Julia defeats Venny in 13:09 with a diving cross body even, and it's her 5th defence of that championship. And again, it's helping build the prestige up of the belt. 82-90 plays a 72. Julia off her game. Venny getting a little bit stale, but a nice steal the show matchup. Also in 82 was a little feud we've had going. We've had obviously this faction that Mercedes has. It's her, Trinity, Liviana, just to name a few. And they've been up against the former tag team champions, of course, Mayu Iwatani and Deonna Purrazzo. But it kept me ahead the last couple of weeks. The match was made official, and here it was a superb wrestling match that saw Trinity Star and Mercedes Moné defeat Deonna Purrazzo and Mayu Iwatani in 12:41 when Mercedes pinned Mayu while using the ropes for leverage. Trinity the weak link, Mayu head and shoulders above the rest, but I would say some pretty solid performances in there from Deonna and Mercedes as well. And an 82 is the final outcome, but as I say, nice little feud there and showing that we can actually book more than one women's programme at a time. So it's up in a little hype package, so I'm just going to drop this in. I'm obviously, because a lot of things aren't, I'm booking away in advance because I've really enjoyed the save and had booking momentum. So Punk has no longer been fired in real life, so yeah, typical that we'd signed him to a 4-year deal on this because we felt like everything was fine over him as an AEW talent. Punk had the Punk, but basically the plan is we'll just keep him. We'll just keep him as a manager. He is wrestling tonight because he can do occasional appearances, but his stats are short. And basically I just want to try and transfer his overness to his opponent. The storyline here is basically, the plan with Sam is actually going to be a babyface in the main event picture for the storyline we've got going, which we'll talk on later when we get there. But it turned into basically a bit of an issue with him, Punk, and the Collision champion Powerhouse Hobbs, so I thought we'll go with that way. Eventually probably to Sammy versus Hobbs at one point, but Punk will take his place, he'll step up, and it is going to be Punk versus Sammy. As a 73, I don't expect this match to do well. I think it'll be stylistically poor, and Punk can only go a couple of minutes, so I'd maybe say mid-60. But that's suggested. Actually, done better than I thought, a 70. Fantastic heat, good wrestling. Sammy defeats Punk in 6:28 with a 6:30. 79 plays a 69. You'll see here Phil is declining, and yeah, just one of those ones. But not overall, as I say, Punk is always going to get people over with his promos. He's helped Powerhouse Hobbs, he's helping Killer Kelly. I'm going to get more people in his faction on Collision, so yeah, we'll just stick with that for now. Till later on, you'll see what I mean. Next up, we had Will Ospreay issue an open challenge. He says it's a criminal sin that he's not on pay-per-views. He's been doing some fantastic stuff. So Swerve Strickland says, hey, I'm on a different brand, but I'll take this challenge up and I'll show how damn good I am. Of course, he has Prince Nana now in his corner. We've also signed AR Fox, so it's AR Fox, Swerve Strickland and Prince Nana together, and that is a 79 rated segment. Surely can at the 90s, please. 86. Superb wrestling match anyway, great heat, as Ospreay defeats Swerve in 12:38 with a 6:30 senton. 86 overall, Ospreay off his game, still puts in a 93. Steal the show, I just wanted to put a banger on with these two and see how it went. So, good stuff there. This one's been built up for a few weeks. Pac and Kento Maehara, they had a match up on Rampage where Pac picked up the victory, which obviously the International Championship is exclusive to Dynamite. So the plan was, right, that's cool, he's got his win, he'll get his match up when he can defend it on pay-per-view at Beach Break. So we had a superb wrestling match here, great heat, and Pac defeated Kento Maehara in 13:55 with the Brutalizer, meaning that Pac is your new International Champion. 90 for Maehara, 91 for Pac. Nice chance to change the championship over to Pac, and yeah, we can obviously freshen that scene up with him as champion. Further along, Pac celebrates, which is a 72. Crowd goes reasonably happy. And then we move on to a matchup for the Shine Women's Championship. So these two, both baby faces, but Jade had been picking up victories. She says her and Alexa had done some good stuff together, but she wanted to try and get back into the singles gold. She won a number one contenders matchup. She said, no, Jamie's done well in AEW, but it's time for Jade to come back to the top of the mantle. And the two of them together put on a great match. Good wrestling. They saw Jamie Hayter defeat Jade Cargill in 11:56 with the Falcon Arrow, giving her her 8th defence of the Shine Championship. So 80 overall, a 72 from Jamie to an 80 from Jade. But as I say, hopefully that can help with the continued development of Jamie Hayter. We then had the contract signing, Elena Black and Veronica. This match will take place at the end of February at I believe it's the Stars Who Shine, so it's our all-women's pay-per-view at the end of February. Elena says that Veronica can have 4 more matches, make sure she wins both of them, and she will be that 100th opponent for the AEW Women's Championship. So 88, contract is signed, that match is booked in. Veronica just has to win 4 matches between now and then. Scenes when she ends up botching something, gets injured, and we have to call an audible, and she loses and ruins the whole damn storyline. But looking forward to that one. Recently, we've had a little bit of an issue between Garza Jr. and Darby Allin. Garza Jr. then enlisted the help of his cousin, Humberto Carrillo. And then, of course, to even out the odds, we had El Hijo del Vikingo. So, that set up a pretty solid tag match here. I actually hope it would have done a lot better than in 81 to make it steal the show. But regardless, it was a superb wrestling match with good heat, as Darby Allin and El Hijo del Vikingo defeated Garza and Carrillo in 11:57 when Darby pinned Garza with the coffin drop. 81 overall, the only poor performance was Carrillo's 72, but across the board, good stuff and a steal the show matchup. Not too much happening in terms of angles post-match. That's maybe something I can personally work on, but I always feel like I can work on the kind of stuff behind the storyline on the TV shows, so that's maybe why it's more this. But anyway, so what do we have Chris Jericho, Dwayne Johnson, Steve Austin and Mick Foley in the ring? Well, 4 of them are all kind of representatives, they're all kind of like authority figures as such, and it's just them basically saying it's good, with a lot of good matches going forward. It's time maybe freshen things up. So normally, as I say, we have like a special show at the start of March. It's going to be confirmed that will turn into a draft show. We're going to flip the rosters up a little bit and properly give some fresh feuds. You'll see some people moving from Collision to Dynamite and Rampage, and a few people coming up from Impact Wrestling. We might start to pursue pushing the generated wrestlers, and I've noticed in the last couple of weeks I've started letting a lot of people go at the end of their contracts, but at the same time we still have nearly like 250 people on the roster, so I am criminally still holding people, but admittedly a lot of people are like there to put people over, like a JD Drake, and then at the same time you've got people that have just had a mass physical decline and we're kind of just waiting for our contract to fizzle out. So that'll be 3 pay-per-views time. We'll have the draft show, I say it'll be the like Valentine's theme show, then it'll be the women's show, and then it'll be that at the start of March. I was hoping for a bigger rating there. And our main event did not deliver. Only an 81. But how did we get here? So, Roman obviously debuted, enlisted the help of Tyler Black and John Moxley, so they've all reunited, causing havoc, beating the shit out of MJF. Tyler Black had a match up with Adam Cole. Adam Cole got the victory, but then they beat the crap out of him. The whole thing with Cole and Hangman is whether Hangman could still make it, could still do it at a top level. Cole managed to convince Hangman to make the save, to make this a 3-on-3. They've been quite happy to pair up with MJF. Other people that were listed potential for the spot was going to be Ricochet, possibly Ricky Starks, both coming back from their suspensions, or from rehab, sorry. So this was the big chance for MJF, or Adam Cole, and Hangman to really have an opportunity to stop Roman, Tyler and Moxley. An exceptional matchup saw the heels winning 21-39 when Roman pinned Adam Cole with the spear. So MJF has been overshadowed again as world champion by Roman. Best performance was John Moxley's 93. Pretty poor for the baby faces, even MJF wasn't particularly great here. I'd like to know what the negatives were. There's the declined physical ability for Adam Cole and Moxley. A few poor gimmicks and a bit of inconsistency, so that's worrying. MJF penalised for not being a very good babyface. Real life shows that's probably not quite true, but hey, as it is, we'll fight the stats for that one. But yeah, those guys are running AEW. After it though, Cole's down, Page is down, and they beat the living hell out of MJF. Roman starts to walk away. Out of nowhere comes Santana with a referee. He's got that opportunity, that table to the top, or ticket to the top. He can cash that in whenever he wants. It's our Money in the Bank. So Santana comes in, hits his finisher on MJF. The 3 count is made, and Santana becomes the AEW World Champion out of nowhere. Wow. 66 though, Santana looks good in this one. Roman's excellent. Lack of anything happening. I think I only did make it. I made it 8 minutes, so obviously they'll go, because it's obviously been a bit of time, they'll go, oh, nothing really happened here. But I see you seem to get a lot if you go over 5 minutes, even if you go over 4 in this one. But I felt like I could type it out, or I could just explain it. Basically, that's what has been down. Is Roman just beating the crap out of MJF, Santana waiting for the opportunity and cashing that in to become world champion. And then after it, probably one of the highest rated segments of the show, 87, he celebrates as your new AEW World Championship. I mean, you get an updated picture for Santana, because obviously he has a lot more here at this present time. I think with the 87 rated segment, the main event was an 81. There was some good matches with a boost. I'll maybe say an 86 for the show overall. I don't feel it was particularly great in terms of the main event killed it a bit, but I felt like it was okay at times. 89, so there you go, guess that one wrong. I think you've probably been helped out there by that Black and Veronica segment. You've probably helped out by Pac and Kento Mayahara, but it's one of those ones. I felt like it was alright in my head, but yeah, maybe not so much in execution. But we have a good few things going forward then. We have an International Championship change. We have a few feuds that can carry on from this. And what's next for MJF, what's next for Roman, and who is going to challenge Santana at our next event? Is someone he's had a banger with before, and I'm sure these two will deliver at the pay-per-view. So thanks very much for watching. Let me know what you think of Santana as World Champion. Is it a bit too soon? Someone that's pop capped at 78, and we're trying to get him to gain muscle mass to get the star quality up so he can break through it, like it's happened with Jay White. But yeah, it's a little bit of a risk, probably similar to the Jungle Boy Championship risk. And crazy to think that was another pay-per-view there. No Walter, no Takeshita, no Okada. No Takeshita said, no Elite on the show wrestling. My roster's too stacked. That's the reality of it. That's my problem. That's not great management from me. But anyway, take it easy. Check out the Fancy Bookers subreddit, Grey Dog Software forums, and we'll catch you next Thursday for the February event. I can't remember the name of it, but we'll be there anyway. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.